Spooky South Coast presents The Week in Weird with Paranormal News Correspondent Melody Knapp.
All right, everyone. So this Week in Weird, January 28th, 2017. We're going to start out with a story that was published on the 26th on livescience.com, written by Jen Villegas. It was titled, "Some Parts of the Body Stay Alive After Death, Evidence Suggests." Is there truly life after death? As a paranormal researcher, this is one of the main questions we strive to determine. And if there is life after death, is it a continuation of consciousness you have during life, or is it some other mysterious dimension our energy releases or moves on to? Although that answer is still yet to come, a recent paper published in the journal Open Biology suggests even after someone is declared dead, life continues in the body. Yes, you heard me right. Senior author Peter Nobel of the University of Washington and Alabama State University stated, "Not all cells are dead when an organism dies. Different cell types have different lifespans, generation times, and resilience to extreme stress." In the paper, he goes on to explain they discovered gene expression, when information stored in DNA is converted into instructions for making proteins or other molecules, actually increases in some cases after death. So the next time someone tries to argue there is absolutely 100% no life after death, you can turn around and throw some science in their face. Because even if we are still in the process of explaining the energy/spiritual side of the afterlife, it is now confirmed, at the very least scientifically, that sometimes life does go on after death on a molecular level.
Well, that brings to mind the story of, and if anybody's familiar with it, but the story of Mercy Brown, where there was still what they felt to be some signs of life when they opened up the holding crypt and pulled her out, because there was still some signs of life and some stuff did kind of go on. Moniz, you're the science guy here. Just kind of assuage my fears here a little bit here. Even when I'm dead, that still might work, right?
Actually, there's been a number of cases where morticians have been arrested for...
That's what I've heard.
So the answer is yes, it does happen.
That's what I've heard. I'd like to think... Did you just whack the mic?
I did.
You got to bring it... Everybody's saying they want you to bring it closer.
Me?
So.
Okay.
Basically, this microphone's your boyfriend for tonight.
It's like...
So just keep it right close, right up there. Hey,
it's just like my boyfriend's. It's running away from me.
What's up?
Do you see that?
There's actually adjustments you can make, if you need to. So, So as long as that still works, I'll be happy. Because God knows I don't use it that much when I'm alive. I'm just getting away with saying whatever I want right here because everybody's worrying about the mics.
Is that better? Is that better, everyone?
I think that is. That sounds much better.
Wonderful.
Okay, so is that, you have any other stories for us?
Oh, I definitely do.
All
and
right.
This one is kind of magical. It was published on January 6th of this year on mysterioussusuniverse.org, and it was written by Jason Offutt. And this one is actually labeled The Butterfly People of Joplin, Missouri, which, if anyone knows, an EF5 tornado went through Joplin, Missouri back in 2011, May of 2011, and pretty much here it goes. 6 years ago, the town of Joplin, Missouri was devastated by an EF5 tornado that was a mile wide in width, killing 158 people and injuring 1,150 people of the 50,789 people that called Joplin their home. Through the rubble and tragedy emerged reports of something peculiar, witnessed by countless residents during the horrendous disaster. They all described these entities as butterfly people. Cousins Lage Grisby and Mason Lillard were in their grandparents' truck when the tornado hit. The 200-mile-per-hour winds picked the truck up and tossed it more than 300 feet across a parking lot. Grisby was thrown from the vehicle and Lillard was pinned inside, but both witnessed the same thing. Two butterfly people, one with blonde hair and the other brunette, both with magnificent butterfly wings. One of these figures laid their hand upon Lillard's shoulder, and she described it as an extremely calming sensation. Another report that was recounted in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch paper says a mother was running to shelter with her young daughter when the wind knocked them down. She witnessed the tornado lift a car and hurl it directly towards them. She cradled her daughter, trying to protect her from the impact that never occurred. When she looked up, her daughter said, "Didn't you see the butterfly people?" Her daughter went on to tell the mother she could see the butterfly entities carrying people through the sky. Stories of these butterfly people poured in. One 4-year-old boy claimed 2 butterfly people held his father's car as the tornado tried to take it away. Another child who was picked up by the wind and thrown 6 miles into a field told rescuers butterfly people caught him and sat him down safely on the ground. Children from all over the city reported seeing the same thing. People with wings, always described as butterflies, standing and flying over them in the storm, protecting them from the raining debris. The wind picked up and tossed a car with a man and his daughter, but she told him after she wasn't afraid because the butterfly people were sitting in the car next to them and kept them safe. So pretty much, this horrible disaster that happened in Joplin, Missouri that killed so many people also produced this strange phenomenon where children all over the city were witnessing not angels, they were seeing people with butterfly wings.
You know what it makes me think of? Is it makes me think of the Mothman story.
Right.
Because there you had, it was kind of a reverse where the Mothman was showing up first, and then you had this tragedy with the bridge. But I almost wonder if this is kind of like the same idea of where, after tragedy comes this glimpse into something else, this opening into something else. I don't know.
It's interesting, though, because only children witnessed it. All of the adults or parents that were there when it happened didn't see these butterfly people, but all the children did. And I mean, these children weren't interacting with each other, talking with each other. They were just, after this horrible tragedy, we're like, oh, the butterfly people saved us. The butterfly people, laid me gently on the ground when I was thrown 6 miles but through a tornado. So that's pretty weird to me.
Matt, was there a butterfly person on the Tick? Well, I know Arthur was a moth, but wasn't there a butterfly character? I want to say there was some superhero team that there was a butterfly character. I don't know where I don't know what I was thinking of. I don't know, but it was, it's not the most badass thing you would think of, but I don't know.
Oh, the Monarch from Venture Brothers?
I don't know. I've never seen Venture Brothers.
You also have the same report of basically what she's describing by astronauts or cosmonauts on the Mir space station.
I've seen butterfly people?
Yeah, that's outside the window. They describe them as humans with butterfly wings. Yeah.
Interesting. I did not know that.
So
I've never heard that either.
Maybe it's the same. Maybe it's the same creature. You know what I mean?
That's pretty crazy. I've never heard that before.
And we all know how many problems the Mir space station has.
This is true.
All right. Well, is that done for the Week in Weird for this week?
Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of like, I was going to do another article, but I kind of got caught up on these butterfly people. I want to know more.
Well, I mean, and what was the name of the writer again that you mentioned?
It was Jason Offutt.
Oh, yeah. So I know, I mean, he's been writing on the paranormal for a long time, so maybe we can have him on the show and he can talk a little bit more about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that I think that we need to do, at least in this year 11 of Spooky South Coast, is, let's not turn our backs on the weird stuff. Let's not turn our backs on the fact that there's some of these stories out there that as researchers, as investigators, we might say to ourselves, oh, that seems a little bit ridiculous. That seems a little bit fantastic. But why not go down those rabbit holes? Why not go into that? Because we can.